Hello, everybody. It's been a minute. We've been a little busy. Be patient with me. I am just getting back to this StreamYard dashboard. So let me, give me a few minutes here to get this put all back together here. Get Photoshop open. All right, Photoshop is opening. Add to stream, share screen. There we go. Who is this guy that people keep talking about? It's weird. Anyway, thanks for streaming in. People are trickling in here. Good morning. Good morning, JW. All right, I guess this is about it. We're streaming in 1080p. I have sampled the 7-day free trial for professional grade services. So you guys let me know if this helps the quality of the art, because I don't mind paying a little bit extra if you guys can see the art better. It's a little bit hard maybe at 720p to see things in detail, but at 1080p, you can maximize your screen and maybe see some more of the details in the artwork. So just let me know if it's worth it. Then maybe we'll keep doing that. All right. Sorry, I'm just refamiliarizing myself with the dashboard here. So just be a little patient. And then I'm going to get into some drawing. I'm just going to ink a page that's already been sketched, so you can just see the process. Really not going to be talking very much. We're going to play some music from Akira the Dawn, who has become a friend, an internet friend. But go check out his channel. It's called Akira the Dawn on YouTube. And he's also on Instagram and Twitter. I am not on Twitter, not anymore. All right. Brand. Okay, I can do a logo. That's a little obtrusive. I don't like that. We'll take the logo off. I can do other cool things. That's obtrusive. No, we don't want that. I like the red background. We're going to leave it red. All right. He likes to rag on me. What is there to rag on? I'm just a dude trying to publish some comic books. Maybe not the fastest artist in the world, but I guess you got me there. You got me. I am not. I can't draw a. I cannot draw a high caliber comic book. I can't draw a high caliber comic book and run a publishing company with twice the reach of Marvel Comics at the same time. Oh well. Oh well. David is here. This is the kind of crap I get on a weekly basis from David Williams. This is the kind of abuse I take from the talent that works on our books. I pay this man very well, and I still get abuse. Anyway, go follow David. I think David Williams has started a YouTube channel. I don't have the link for it handy, but it's somewhere. You can find him. He's out there, but he's putting up some content. So go check out David Williams's channel. I think he's hopefully he's got some Bass Reeves content on there, but yeah, check that stuff out. All right, here we go. Got to put on my gloves, the power glove, and then we'll try streaming again. It's been a couple of months. Yeah, his Bass Reeves is fantastic. It's almost as good as Red Rooster. Almost. All right, we are operational. All right, I'm drawing on a Wacom. I'm drawing on a Wacom Cintiq that is 27 inches, and I'm drawing in Photoshop. For those of you who might be interested, and I'm probably going to ignore the chat for a while. And this is really just about finishing this book and getting some work done, and just giving you guys a peek at the process. Music is a little loud. Oh, there is no music. So I think you're being sarcastic, but that's okay. All right, let's get some music on. So we have permission. This channel has permission from Akira the Don to use and stream all his music. So that's what we're going to do today. So he does this music that has like lo-fi sound with, I don't know, just like it has, what would you call it? Just conversations that go over the top of the music, which is nice. I like the mix of it. Anyway, we're going to draw. Have fun. Enjoy yourselves. Others of you will find a transformational experience happening tonight. Yes, tonight you're going to find out the user interface for reality itself. The user interface for reality itself. So you can alter your own reality. The user interface for reality itself. Don't believe it? Why are you here? Yeah, you're curious. You're wondering, can I do it? Well, you're going to find out. Well, you're going to find out. So, it turns out that there are some stories that can't be told right away. There are some things that by their nature cannot be communicated. There are a number of reasons why some stories can't be told. Maybe there's a secret involved. Maybe somebody's being modest and they don't want to brag. Maybe there's a lack of credentials involved. It might be a question of loyalty. You promised you wouldn't tell somebody. You don't want to hurt somebody. It might be complicated. And so, just too hard to explain. This is important to know because you're going to wonder, why didn't I tell you where the user interface for reality was before? The user interface for reality itself. The user interface for reality itself. So that you can alter your own reality. The user interface for reality itself. It's kind of a heck of a thing to hold down, isn't it? And the reason is, I couldn't tell you before. There needed to be a certain perfect situation. And that perfect situation happened today. All right, Felix has a customer service question that I will dutifully answer. He has a problem, Mitch, and this is a problem that happens too often, and we're working to fix it. Mitch, I can't find issue number 2 of Nora's Saga at my local Walmart. So either it wasn't put out or it's been sold out, which is actually happening. There are only 2 copies left of Nora at our local Walmart. So it is moving very quickly. So can I order it from a website online? Okay, so you can order it from walmart.com for now. Okay, so but we are exploring other ways to make these accessible for you. So hop on over to walmart.com throw it in a cart with a few other things that are of necessities that you need, and you get free shipping over $30. I'd encourage you, of course, to check out maybe one or two of our other comic books if you would like. But if you go to our website, allegiancearts.com, there is a link that will take you right to the page with all of our books on it on walmart.com, right on the front page. So head on over to allegiancearts.com and hit the link, and it will take you to walmart.com with all of our books on it. We are working very, very hard at resolving some issues with our .com. We're actually taking some pretty extreme measures right now to get. It's not Walmart's fault really, and it's not really our distributor's fault. It's just one of those. It's just one of those things where we got kind of caught in a shuffle, and there's been some employees that have been transferred in the .com and the Walmart space. It's just a lot of hiccups there, but we're working very hard at resolving our .com issues. But the books are there, and if you order them, they will ship directly from a Walmart distribution center to your house. And we just ordered some ourselves just to make sure they would arrive in good condition, and they all arrived in perfect condition. So do that. Go to allegiancearts.com and hit the link right on the front page.
Think positively.
Think positively.
Think positively. So this was my first introduction to the concept that maybe reality was not fixed and something that you were a victim of, but rather you could do something. There was some mechanism, some technique, some tools you could use to get some control over your environment and your life, as opposed to having it control you. And that was my first thought, that reality could be programmable in at least some simple sense. But of course, I worked on a lifetime of exploration to find out if I could find out more about how to program reality. Think positively. Think positively. Think positively. How to program reality. Think positively. Think positively. Think positively. To learn meditation, I became a trained hypnotist. Of course, mushrooms let you see the world in a completely different reality. And all of these things, from studying all the different religions to doing affirmations, which is really just visualizing what you want, writing it down every day. Visualizing what you want, writing it down every day. And then learning persuasion. These all have the same cumulative effect of teaching me that reality was indeed far more subjective than you're led to believe. When I say reality is subjective, I don't mean that there isn't some base reality that's real. What I mean is that we don't have any. In other words, just take religion. Two people with completely different religions can go into a store, they can shop, they can get married, have children. They don't really need to reconcile the fact that they live in different worlds. One thinks there's an end to life, one thinks there's reincarnation, one thinks there's nothing. But yet we all survive and thrive and reproduce. There's nothing to suggest that our brains are the kind of brains that can understand reality. Instead, all of the evidence suggests that we can put filters, optionally and somewhat subjectively, on our reality, and the thing that we deal with is a filter. We're not dealing with the underlying reality or a filter on it. It's the thing that's real to us. And you can change those filters, so that's the important part. And you can change them fairly easily. And if you find a filter that predicts better and makes you happier, well, that's the better filter. Even if it isn't a better approximation of reality. What matters is you're happy. What matters is getting what you need out of life. Think positively. Think positively. Think positively. How to program reality. Think positively. Think positively. Think positively. Program reality. You can change those filters. Change those filters. Change those filters how to program reality. Think positively. Think positively. Think positively. So, once you accept that there's a subjective reality, you're starting to get ready to accept the user interface for that reality. I started to feel that I may have discovered the user interface for reality. The reason that I thought that is that my life was working out so well that I couldn't explain it in any ordinary way. I tried to be a cartoonist with no experience in cartooning. I didn't have any experience. I was the hottest cartoonist in the country. At about the same time, I had written my first book. It was a #1 New York Times runaway bestseller. No experience in writing books. And there were a number of things that I was touching and doing, and it seemed as if I could manipulate reality. But here's the thing. Was I manipulating reality to get these ridiculous results? Or was I simply good at my job? How can I tell? How would I know if I were manipulating reality? Because that's sort of what it felt like. But that didn't seem right? Or was I just good at my job and I didn't realize how good I was, so I performed better than I expected? Maybe. It's possible. Maybe. It's possible. It seems as if I could manipulate reality. But I weren't testing. Maybe. It's possible. And so in 1997, I did a bold experiment. And the experiment was this. I very publicly and annoyingly made a prediction, and I chose an area in which I had no expertise. I thought I would try something that was just impossible. I would make the most unlikely prediction, and then wait as long as it took for it to become true. And if indeed I could get the most unlikely prediction, then maybe other people would believe me when I explained to them the user interface for reality. I predicted that in my lifetime, the theory of evolution would be debunked in scientific terms, not in religious terms, but in scientific terms. You can imagine how well that went over. Obviously, I'm a nut, and I should not be listened to, and you shouldn't listen to anything else I ever say. That was 2 years ago, 3 years ago. So something happened today that was a very big deal in my life. And it was that there was a podcast, Patrick Urielshi. He told the story he heard of my prediction about evolution being debunked. And then he brought the story into the question of the simulation. Now, of course, if the simulation is true, then what we believe about evolution probably isn't. You don't need evolution if you have a simulation. We just are here, and our history is created on demand whenever we go looking for it. Maybe. Could be. Maybe. Could be. It's possible. And it seemed as if I could manipulate reality. But I weren't testing. Maybe. What Patrick did is do something that I couldn't do myself. I couldn't tell you that my prediction had actually came in. I've been trying to, but I feel like I have failed at it because I'm not credible about judging my own predictions. Obviously, I'm mistaken. If the simulation is true, evolution is. So 22 years later, there's now a competing theory that serious scientists buy into. And although you can't tell which one is the true one, if either one is, maybe neither, maybe they're just filters, what you can tell is the odds. Maybe 1 billion to 1 for the simulation. The disease is that I can manipulate reality. But I wanted to test it. So, having nailed my 22-year gamble that I could make a prediction so unlikely that the best explanation is that somehow I'm authoring the reality just as a filter. Again, that doesn't mean that I can actually change reality. It means that if I put that filter on it, I get good results. And if you just think you're happy, but you're not, are you happy? Yes, you are. If you think you're happy, you're happy. If you thought you went through life as a billionaire, but you were just crazy and you weren't, still good? Still good, because you're happy. You thought you were a billionaire. So accept your subjective life. It's possible. Maybe. Could be. It's possible. The thing is that I can manipulate reality. But I wanted to test it. Maybe. Could be. It's possible. All right, at long last, the user interface for reality. Some of these things you're going to say, hey, I've the interface for life. If you don't like where you are and you want to go somewhere else, learn how to build systems for everything from your diet to your career to your social life, fitness, everything. Talent stacking. The idea that if you intelligently add new talents, you become not just a little bit better, but exponentially better, because talents really explode your capability and your options. So this is one of the biggest buttons on the interface to reality. It feels like it works. It feels like it works. It feels like it works. The interface to reality. It feels like it works. It feels like it works. It feels like it works. Affirmations, the idea of writing down or visualizing your goals, seems to be something that gives you the impression that it works. And I say that very clearly. Does it work? Do affirmations change reality? I don't know. I can tell you that when I've used them, the result Keep doing
What the
it.
hell's going on with this thing?
Keep doing it. If it feels like it works, keep doing it. Keep doing it. Keep doing it.
All right, I'm having some issues.
Use your patience to reality. It feels like it works. It feels like it works. It feels like it works. Use your patience to reality. It feels like it works, but I'm not going to tell you about it. You should see these as filters.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Hey, what in the world? I never said anything like this. I've never said anything like this. People take my words and turn them around. It's just, it's like, it's crazy. Rejecting, labeling people with reasonable complaints as haters. I never said anything like that.
You should know that
We have some people that say some really nasty things about us. That's what I'm talking about.
Meeting purposes. Once you understand that, you start to understand where the
Okay, all right. My apologies.
Oh, that's why that's
My
happening.
apologies.
It's an extension.
I'm just very sensitive about having my words
That's why that's happening.
turned.
It's an extension.
Very sensitive about that because I've been accused of lying and I'm not lying to anyone. So I'm just sensitive about it. But my apologies.
Once you see it, you can't unsee it. You'll see it everywhere.
Okay,
That's why that's
the stream is choppy because I'm having internet problems.
It's like the veil.
So hopefully they just shake out or else I'll just
Everybody's
shut this down.
actions. Wait a minute. Why is it? Everything is compatible with that showing off for mating purposes situation. Showing off for mating purposes situation. Let the beat rock. Oh, that's why that's happening. It's an extension of the mating process. Oh, that's why that's happening. It's an extension of the mating process. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. You'll see it everywhere. Oh, that's why that's happening. It's an extension of the mating process. Here are the other buttons, which are mostly self-explanatory. But freedom is a big thing. People will trade a lot for freedom. You can say, would you like a bad life with freedom or a good life with no freedom? And people want a bad life with freedom. So if you ever have a chance to create a situation where you can offer someone more freedom, that's very powerful. That's a problem. You should get as much for yourself as you can, and you can use it as a tool to help other people do what they want. They will train a lot for free. Because they will train a lot for free. People will trade a lot for free. Because they will trade a lot. Freedom. And freedom can come in the form of money, that gives you freedom. Having a flexible schedule, it gives you freedom. Being in the right kind of social situation gives you freedom. So there's lots of ways to get it. Fear is a motivator. I don't recommend using it. unless you try to save somebody. Yeah, you can use fear to keep them from smoking cigarettes, for example. I wouldn't use this in the evil way. Curiosity is one of the most important and overlooked buttons of the human interface. You can see that authors that are good at it will make you curious at the end of the chapter so that you'll want to keep reading. So that you'll want to keep reading. Building curiosity into things is a really, really important button. When you get somebody's curiosity, you can really shape what they do, and you can shape your environment through curiosity. Very, very powerful. But freedom is a big thing. People will trade a lot for freedom. They will trade a lot for freedom. People will trade a lot for freedom. They will trade a lot for freedom. It's what triggers memory. Because your brain will get bored of the sameness, so you need to trigger memory and attention. Contrast is a way to get people to move from where they are to where you want them to be. You just say, well, it's much less expensive than this. So contrast is one of the most important buttons. Use contrast. Hey, you don't want to be this bad. You could be over here. And repetition and simplicity, our brains are just simple machines. And repetition and simplicity, our brains are just simple machines. The more you repeat, the more the wiring gets solidified. And repetition and simplicity, our brains are just simple machines. And if you keep things simple, the brain can process it and deal with it. And if you keep things simple, the brain can process it and deal with it. If it's complicated, your brain has a tendency to just flush it out. Can't deal with it, flush it out. The fake because is a form of pseudo-logic. Sometimes you need to get people moving with a fake reason that doesn't even actually pass logical standards. But people don't need logical reasons. Just look at politics. People have incredibly different opinions, and many of them are smart. So if you've got smart people on opposite sides of basically every issue, you can see that they don't need real reasons. We're not a species that operates on real reasons. We'll take a fake reason, we'll take what we made up, we'll take a guess, we'll follow our friends. Once you understand that people don't need real reasons, it frees you. Because if you're at a lower level of awareness where you say, well, I think you're doing somebody, well, let's have a real reason. Sorry, that's not the reality any of us live in. Real reasons are good if you have them, use them, but we don't need them. Real reasons are good if you have them, use them, but we don't need them. Real reasons are good if you have them, use them, but we don't need them. Once you know you don't need them and the reality is being altered, you're in better shape. Repetition, simplicity, our brains are just simple machines. Repetition and simplicity, our brains are just simple machines. The more you repeat, the more the wiring gets solidified. Repetition and simplicity, our brains are just simple machines. Repetition and simplicity, our brains are just simple machines. The more you repeat, the more the wiring gets solidified. Repetition and simplicity, our brains are just simple machines. Pacing leading I've talked about, that's just matching somebody until they feel comfortable with you, and then you can lead them. And then you can lead them. And then you can lead them. People can be very influenced by aspirations. This is another way to refer to the high ground maneuver. The high ground maneuver is essentially you challenge somebody to be a better version of himself. Sort of the Jesus method, right? You know, it's not telling you you must do something or you'll die. That's fear. Aspiration is, don't you want to be the better version of yourself? Don't you want to be the better version of yourself? Don't you want to be the better version of yourself? Don't you want to be the better version of yourself? Don't you want to be the person who sees the big picture? You want somebody to like something, pair it with something else they like already. So the likability of one thing will rub off of another. Also the unlikability. So for example, if you have a TV show, let's say the news, and you have commercials that are really unpleasant, eventually the unpleasantness leads into the show, and it would be better if you associated with things that were positive. So learning to associate only with positive things is one of the most important user interface rules of reality. Of reality. Of reality. Don't you want to be the better version of yourself? Don't you want to be the better version of yourself? Don't you want to be the better version of yourself? Don't you want to be the person who sees the big picture? Don't you want to be the better version of yourself? Don't you want to be the better version of yourself? Don't you want to be the better version of yourself? Don't you want to be the person who sees the big picture? Very, very important about it. 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 Pattern recognition. Once you realize that the humans are not logical machines, pattern recognition machines. Pattern recognition machines. It's that pattern recognition that isn't very good. Pattern recognition is what makes you a racist. Pattern recognition is what makes you an ageist, a sexist, everything bad. Because your patterns are all you have. You're not really a logical person who reasons everything out. Your brain isn't big enough. You wouldn't have enough time. So instead, you default to these little biases, which are driven by pattern. We're pattern recognition machines. Pattern recognition machines. Your patterns are all you have. You're not really a logical person. Now, the problem is, many of those patterns are fake. Let's say you invent 3 Elbonians in your life, and every one of them slaps you in the face with a glove. The next time you met with an Elbonian, you'd be like, oh, no thank you, I don't want to get slapped in the face with a glove. Those last 3 Elbonians were pretty rough on me. It's only 3 algorithm. The odds that your pattern is predictive, probably low. Probably low. You fall victim to patterns, but you can also use patterns to convince people of things. If you are consistent, people say, oh, this person's always honest. So patterns are a tool, but they're also our biggest defect. They're also our biggest defect. We're pattern recognition machines. Pattern recognition machines. Your patterns are all you're not really a logical person. We're pattern recognition machines. Pattern recognition machines. Your patterns are all you're not really a logical person. And then, of course, understanding the brain as a visualization machine is very, very important. Very, very important. Because visualization is the biggest, most powerful part of your brain. It's the part that influences you most. Understanding the brain as a visualization machine is very, very important. Very, very important. Because visualization is the biggest, most powerful part of your brain. It's the part that influences you most. Akira. No. He's got clout. These buttons for the user interface. These buttons for the user interface. First, you must create, at least as a filter. You should accept that systems work better than goals. Systems work better than goals. Talent setting, affirmations, the mating instinct, fear, curiosity, novelty, contrast, repetition and simplicity, repetition and simplicity, repetition and simplicity, repetition and simplicity, the fake because, pacing leading, aspiration, association, pattern recognition, visualization, pattern recognition, visualization. These buttons for the user interface. These buttons for the user interface. First, you must accept the frame, at least as a filter. You should accept that systems work better than goals. Systems work better than goals. Talent stacking, affirmations, the mating instinct, fear, curiosity, novelty, contrast, repetition and simplicity, repetition and simplicity, repetition and simplicity, repetition and simplicity, fake because, pacing leading, aspiration, association, pattern recognition, visualization, pattern recognition, visualization. These buttons for the user interface. 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 This is my lesson. I hope this was useful. This is the sort of lesson that might not change you tonight, but it's never going to leave you. But it's never going to leave you. Once you've seen it, you can't unsee it. You're all changed. You don't know it yet. And this will become sort of a, let's say, a framework that you now have added to your mental map. And now when you see things that fit that framework, it will get stronger over time. And so you'll see that this view of the world will take root. And then every time you compare it to the old way you saw, you're going to say to yourself, wow, what a coincidence. Because this new way of looking at the world just feels like it's unexpected. I'll keep it up anyway. So this will get stronger and stronger over time. And maybe they're top. These buttons for the user interface. 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 Feel free to refer back to this often, and I think you need that to alter your own life. You're no longer a victim of reality. You are no longer the subject of reality. You are now an author. You are now an author. You are no longer a victim of reality. You are no longer the subject of reality. You are now an author. Some of you are already authors. And now you're not authors. Those of you who didn't know you could be an author of your reality, well, you just found out. And I'll leave you on that, and you can have a terrific night tonight. And the rest of your life is looking good.
Dang it. I'm using the wrong flipping tool. These buttons for the user interface. These buttons for the user interface. These buttons for the user interface. These buttons for the user interface.
Everyone vaguely knows that they want to be wealthy, but they don't have a good set of principles to do it by. Wealth is the thing that you really want. The key wealth is assets that earn money. Wealth is the factory with the robots that's cranking out big. Wealth is the computer program that's running it that's serving other customers. Wealth is even money in the bank that's being reinvested into other assets and into other businesses. Health can be a form of wealth because you can rent it out. Wealth is businesses and assets that can earn while you sleep. Wealth is businesses and assets that can earn while you sleep. But really the reason is because it lets you purpose of wealth. So you don't have to wear a tie like a collar around your neck. So you don't have to wake up at 7 a.m. and work a sitting commute traffic. So you don't have to waste away your entire life grinding all the productive hours away to a soulless job that doesn't fulfill you. It's really just so that you are your own sovereign individual. And you're not going to get that unless you really want it. And the entire world wants it. And the entire world is working hard at it. And to some extent it is competitive. It's a positive sum game, but there are competitive elements to it. Because there's a finite amount of resources right now in society, and to get the resources to do what you want, you have to stand out. How we transfer wealth. Money is social credits. It is the ability to have credits and debits on other people's time. If I do my job right, if I create value for society, society says, oh, thank you, we owe you something in the future for the work that you did in the past. Here's a little IOU, let's call it money. Wealth is businesses and assets that you earn while you sleep. Wealth is businesses and assets that you earn while you sleep. Fundamentally, two huge games in life that people play. One is the money game, because money is not going to solve all your problems. It's going to solve all your money problems. And people know that, they realize that, so they want to make money. But at the same time, many of them deep down believe that they can't make it. They don't want any wealth creation to happen. They sort of virtue signal by attacking the whole enterprise and saying, well, making money is evil and you shouldn't do it, blah, blah. They're actually playing other games, status games. They're trying to be high status in the eyes of other people watching. Status is just ranking in the social hierarchy. Status is just your ranking in the social hierarchy. So wealth is not a zero-sum game. Everybody in the world can have a house. Because you have a house, doesn't take away from my ability to have a house. If anything, the more houses that are built here, it comes to the houses. The more we build houses, the more people that can have houses. So wealth is a very positive sum game. Status, on the other hand, is a zero-sum game. It's a very old game. We've been playing it since monkey drives, and it's hierarchical. Who's number one? Who's number two? Who's number three? And for number three to move to number two has to move out and so on. So status is a zero-sum game. Politics is an example of a status game. Even sports is an example of a status game. To be the winner, there must be a loser. I don't fundamentally love status games. They play an important role in our society, so we figure out who's in charge. But fundamentally, you play them because they're a necessary evil. Wealth is businesses and assets that can earn while you sleep. Wealth is businesses and assets that can earn while you sleep. Maybe the reason you want wealth is because it lets you the purpose of wealth. Wealth is capitalists attack rich people. They're really bidding for status. They're saying, no, the people are more important, and I, the journalist, represent the people, and therefore I am more important. The problem is that by playing these status games, to win a status game, you have to put somebody else down. That's why you should avoid status games in your life, because they make you into an angry, combative person. You're always fighting to put other people down, to put yourself and the people that you like. Just realize that most of the times when you're trying to create wealth, you're actually getting attacked by someone else, and they're trying to look like a goody two shoes. But really, what they're doing is they're trying to up their own status at your expense. They're just playing a different game, and it's a worse game. It's a zero-sum game instead of a positive-sum game.
Akira. He's got clout.
There's this notion that making money is evil. It's like put it all the way back down to money's brutal evil. People think that the bankers steal our money, and there's some truth in that. In a lot of the world, there's a lot of theft going on. History of the world, in some sense, is this predator and prey relationship between makers and takers. There are people who go out and create things and build things and work hard on things, and there are people who come along and pay for the sword or a gun or taxes or early capitalism or communism. There's all these different methods to steal. Even in nature, there are more parasites than there are non-parasitical organisms. You have a ton of parasites in you who are living off of you, and no matter what, they're symbiotic and giving something back, but there are a lot that are just taking. That's just the nature of how any complex system is built. But what I am basically focused on is true wealth creation. There's all these different methods to steal. Methods to steal. There's all these different methods to steal. True wealth creation. There's all these different methods to steal. It's not about taking money. It's not about taking something from somebody else. But it's from creating abundance. Obviously, there's not a finite number of jobs or a finite amount of wealth. Otherwise, it would still be sitting around in caves, figuring out how to divide a piece of firewood and the occasional dead deer. Most of the wealth is creation. Not most, basically all of it has been created. And it got created from somewhere. It got created from people. It got created from technology. It got created from productivity. It got created from hard work. This idea that stolen, it's I think this horrible zero-sum game that people who are trying to gain status play. But the reality is everyone can be rich. We can see that. I see that in the first world. Everyone is basically richer than almost anyone who was alive 200 years ago. 200 years ago, nobody had antibiotics, nobody had cars, nobody had electricity. So all of these things are inventions that have made us wealthier as a species. Today, I would rather be a poor person in a first world country than be a rich person in Louis XIV's France. And that's just because of wealth creation. True wealth creation. Everyone can be rich. Can be rich. Can be rich. Everybody can be wealthy. True wealth creation. Everyone can be rich. It's not about taking money. It's not about taking something from somebody else. But it's from creating abundance. Regenerative technology is science that is applied to the purpose of creating abundance. I think fundamentally everybody can be wealthy. And the thought experiment I want you to think through is imagine if everybody had the knowledge of a good software engineer and a good hardware engineer. If you can go out there and you can build robots and computers and bridges and program every human knew how to do that, what do you think society would look like in 20 years? My guess is what would happen is we would build robots, machines, software, and hardware to do everything, and we would all be living in mass abundance. We would essentially be retired in the sense that none of us would have to work for the basics. We'd even have robotic nurses, machine-driven hospitals. We'd have self-driving cars. We'd have farms that are 100% automated. We'd have clean energy. At that point, we can use the technology breakthroughs to get everything that we wanted. And if anyone's still working at that point, they're working as a form of expressing their creativity, because it's in them to contribute and to build and design things. I don't think capitalism is evil. Capitalism is actually good. It's just that it gets hijacked. It gets hijacked by improper pricing. for deals where you basically have corruption or you have monopolies. True wealth creation. Everyone can be rich. Can be rich. Can be rich. Everybody can be wealthy. True wealth creation. Everyone can be rich. It's not about taking money. It's not about taking something from somebody else. But it's from creating abundance. Overall, capitalism is intrinsic to the human species. Capitalism is not something we invented. Capitalism is not even something we discovered. It is innate to us in every exchange that we have. When you and I exchange information, I want some information back from you. I give you information. You give me information. If we weren't having a good information exchange, you'd go talk to somebody else. So the notion of exchange and keeping track of credits and debits, this is built into us as flexible social animals. We are the only animals in the animal kingdom that cooperate across genetic boundaries. Most animals don't cooperate. But when they do, they cooperate only in packs where they co-evolve together and they share blood, so they have some shared interest. Humans don't have that. Humans don't have that. I can cooperate with you guys. One of you is a Serbian, the other one is a Persian by origin. I'm Indian by origin. We have very little blood in common, basically none, but we still cooperate. And what makes us cooperate? It's because we can keep track of debits and credits, who put in how much work, who contributed how much. That's all free market capitalism is. So I strongly believe that it is innate to the human species, and we are going to create more and more wealth and abundance for everybody. Everybody can be wealthy, everybody can be retired, everybody can be successful. It is merely a question of education and desire. You have to want it. Everybody can be wealthy, everybody can be retired, everybody can be successful. It is merely a question of education and desire. You have to want it. If you don't want it, that's fine. You opt out of the game. But don't try and put down the people who are playing the game. Who are playing the game. Because that's the game that keeps you in a comfortable, warm bed at night. That's the game that keeps a roof over your head. That's the game that keeps your supermarket stocked. That's the game that keeps the iPhone buzzing in your pocket. It is a beautiful game that is worth playing ethically, rationally, morally, socially for the human race. And it's going to continue to make us all richer and richer until we have massive wealth creation for anybody who wants it. The definition of wealth is different for different people. A first world citizen's definition of wealth might be I have to make billions of dollars and I'm completely done. Whereas to a third world poor immigrant just entering the country, and we were poor immigrants who came here when I was really young, wealth may just be a much lower number. It may just be that I don't have to work a manual labor job for the rest of my life that I don't want to work. But groups that despise it will essentially bring the entire group down to that level. If you get too many takers and not enough makers, society falls apart. Everybody can be wealthy, everybody can be retired, everybody can be successful. It is merely a question of education and desire. You have to want it. Everybody can be wealthy, everybody can be retired, everybody can be successful. It is merely a question of education and desire. You have to want it. You end up in a communist country like Venezuela, right? They were so busy taking and dividing and reallocating that people are literally starving in the streets and losing kilograms of body weight every year just through sheer starvation. Another way to think about it is imagine an organism that has too many parasites. You actually need some small number of parasites to stay healthy, and you need a lot of symbiotes, like all the mitochondria in all of our cells, that help us respirate and burn oxygen. These are symbiotes that help us survive and can survive without them. But to me, those are partners in the world creation that creates the human body. But if you just were filled with parasites that were purely parasitical, you would die. You would die. Any organism can only withstand a small number of parasites. And when the parasitic element gets too far out of control, you die. Everybody can be wealthy, everybody can be retired, everybody can be successful. It is merely a question of education and desire. You have to want it. Everybody can be wealthy, everybody can be retired, everybody can be successful. It is merely a question of education and desire. You have to want it. I'm not talking about ethical wealth creation. I'm not talking about monopolies. I'm not talking about crony capitalism. I'm not talking about mispriced externalities like the environment. I'm talking about free minds and free markets, small-scale exchange between humans is voluntary and doesn't have an outsized impact on others. I think that kind of wealth creation, if a society does not respect it, if a group does not respect it, that society will plunge into ruin and darkness. Obviously, we want to be wealthy, and we want to get there in this lifetime without having to rely on luck. A lot of people think making money is about luck. It's not. A lot of people think making money is about luck. It's not. A lot of people think making money is about luck. It's not. It's about becoming the kind of person that makes money. A lot of people think making money is about luck. It's not. A lot of people think making money is about luck. It's not. A lot of people think making money is about luck. It's not. It's about becoming the kind of person that makes money. You know, I like to think that if I lost all my money and if you dropped me on a random street in any English-speaking country, within 5 to 10 years, I'd be wealthy again, right? Because it's just a skill set that I've developed and I think anyone can develop. You know, in 1,000 parallel universes, you want to be wealthy in 999 of them. You don't want to be wealthy in the 50 of them where you got lucky. So we want to factor luck out of it. There's really 4 kinds of luck. Blind luck, where I just got lucky because something completely out of my control happened. It's fortune, it's fate, etc. Then there's luck that kind of comes through persistence, hard work, hustle, motion, which is when you're just running around creating lots of opportunities, you're generating a lot of energy, you're doing a lot of things. Lots of things will just get stirred up in the dust. It's almost like mixing a petri dish and seeing what combines, or mixing a bunch of reagents and seeing what combines. You're just generating enough hustle and energy that luck will sort of find you. A third way is that you just become very good at spotting luck. So if you are very skilled in a field, you will notice when a lucky break happens in that field and other people who aren't attuned to it won't notice. So you become sensitive to luck, and that's through skill and knowledge and work. A lot of people think making money is about luck. It's not. A lot of people think making money is about luck. It's not. A lot of people think making money is about luck. It's not. It's about becoming the kind of person that makes money. A lot of people think making money is about luck. It's not. A lot of people think making money is about luck. It's not. A lot of people think making money is about luck. It's not. It's about becoming the kind of person that makes money. And then the last kind of luck is the weirdest, hardest kind, but that's what we want to talk about, which is where you build a unique character, a unique brand, a unique mindset, where then luck finds you. Luck finds you. For example, let's say that you're the best person in the world at deep sea underwater diving, and you're known to like take on deep sea underwater dives that nobody else will even attempt to dare. And then by sheer luck, somebody finds a sunken treasure ship. Oh, thinking, well, your luck does negate your luck because they're going to come to you to get that treasure, and you're going to get paid for it. Now, that's an extreme example. That's just showing how like the person who got lucky by finding a treasure chest, that was blind luck. But them coming to you and asking you to extract it and having to give you a hat, that's not luck. You kind of created your own luck. You put yourself in a position to be able to capitalize on that luck or to attract that luck when nobody else has created that opportunity for themselves. A lot of people think making money is about luck. It's not. A lot of people think making money is about luck. It's not. A lot of people think making money is about luck. It's not. It's about becoming the kind of person that makes money. A lot of people think making money is about luck. It's not. A lot of people think making money is about luck. It's not. A lot of people think making money is about luck. It's not. It's about becoming the kind of person that makes money. When we talk about without getting lucky, we want to be deterministic. We don't want to leave it to chance. I don't think it's impossible. I think that you may have to work a little bit harder at it given your starting circumstances. I mean, remember, I started as a kid in India, right? So if I can make it, anybody can. Now, obviously, I had all my limbs and I had my mental faculties. I did have an education. So there are some prerequisites you can't get past. But if you're listening to this, you probably have the requisite needs at your disposal, which is a functioning body and a functioning mind. And I've encountered plenty of bad luck along the way. First little fortune that I made, I instantly lost in the stock market. The second, I got cheated by my business partners. It's only the third time around has been a charm, and even then, it has been a slow and steady struggle. I haven't made money in my life in one giant payout. It's always been a whole bunch of small things kind of piling up. So it's more about consistently creating wealth. There's great opportunities and great investments. It hasn't been like a giant one-off thing. My personal wealth has not been generated by one big year. It just sort of stacks up little bit chips at a time. More options, more businesses, more investments, more things I can do. It's going to be a long lifetime of learning, of reading, of creating. That's just going to compound. A lot of people think making money is about luck. It's not. A lot of people think making money is about luck. It's not. A lot of people think making money is about luck. It's not. It's about becoming. It's not. It's about becoming the kind of person that makes money. So we're talking about getting wealthy so you can retire. So you have your freedom. Not retire in the sense that you don't do anything, but in the sense that you don't have to be in a place you don't want to be. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do. And you can wake up when you want. You can sleep when you want. You don't have a boss. That's freedom. So we're talking about enough wealth to get to freedom. And especially thanks to the internet these days, those opportunities are massively abundant. I, in fact, have too many ways to make money. I don't have enough time. I literally have opportunities pouring out of my ears, and the thing I keep running out of is time. There's just so many ways to create wealth, to create products, to create businesses, to create opportunities, and to, as a byproduct, get paid by society, that I just can't even handle it all.
I think it's pretty interesting that the first three kinds of luck, there are very common cliches for them that everybody knows. And then for that last kind of luck that comes to you out of the unique way that you act, there's no real cliche for it. For the first three kinds, there is dumb luck or blind luck. The second kind of luck, there's the cliche that fortune favors the bold. The third kind of luck, people say that chance favors the prepared mind. But for the fourth kind of luck, there is not really a common cliche out there that matches the unique character of your action, which I think is interesting and perhaps an opportunity. And it also just shows that people aren't necessarily taking advantage of that kind of luck the way they should be.
I think also at that point, it starts becoming so deterministic that it stops being luck. So the definition starts fading from luck to destiny. You build your character in a certain way, and then your character becomes your destiny. Luck to destiny. Luck to destiny. One of the things I think that is important to making money, you want the kind of reputation that makes people do deals through you. If you're a great diver, then treasure hunters will come and give you a piece of treasure for your diving skills. If you're a trusted, reliable, high integrity, long-term thinking deal maker, then when other people want to do deals, but they don't know how to do them in a trustworthy manner with strangers, they will literally approach you and give you a cut of the deal, offer you a unique deal, just because of the integrity and reputation that you've built up.
All right, we're going to rewind this one, because what he said was awesome. I don't know how far I have to go back.
Becomes your destiny.
It's 5 seconds. All right. We're going to listen to that one more time. This is Naval, who I think is on Twitter, but I'm not on Twitter anymore. But anyway, I like Naval. He's really cool.
There's no real cliche for it. For the first 3 kinds, there's
All right.
dumb luck or blind luck. The second kind of luck is the cliche that fortune favors the bold. The third kind of luck, people say that
Because he's right.
that matches the unique character of your action, which I think is interesting and perhaps an opportunity. And it also just shows that people aren't necessarily taking advantage of that kind of luck the way they should
Be in a position where people can come to you.
I think also at that point, it starts becoming so deterministic that it stops being luck. So the definition starts fading from luck to destiny. You build your character in a certain way, and then your character becomes your destiny. Luck to destiny. Luck to destiny. One of the things I think that is important to making money, you want the kind of reputation that makes people do deals through you. If you're a great diver, then treasure hunters will come and give you a piece of treasure for your diving skills. If you're a trusted, reliable, high integrity, long-term thinking deal maker, then when other people want to do deals, but they don't know how to do them in a trustworthy manner with strangers, they will literally approach you and give you a cut of the deal or offer you a unique deal just because of the integrity and reputation that you built up. You build your character in a certain way, and then your character becomes your destiny. Luck to destiny. Luck to destiny. You build your character in a certain way, and then your character becomes your destiny. Luck to destiny. Luck to destiny. Your character, your reputation, these are things that you can build that then will let you take advantages of opportunities that other people may characterize as lucky, but you know that it wasn't. But you know that it wasn't. Your character becomes your destiny. Your character becomes your destiny. The world is a very efficient place, so everyone has dug through all the obvious places to dig. And so to find something that's new and novel and uncovered, it helps to be operating on a frontier. You have to be a little eccentric to be out on the frontier by yourself. And then you just have to be willing to dig deeper than other people do, deeper than seems irrational just because you're interested. You build your character in a certain way, and then your character becomes your destiny. Luck to destiny. Luck to destiny. You build your character in a certain way, and then your character becomes your destiny. Luck to destiny.
He's got clout.
The first point was about how you're not going to get rich. You're not going to get rich renting out your time. You must own equity, a piece of a business, to gain your financial freedom.
This is probably one of the absolute most important points. People seem to think that you can create wealth and make money through work. It's probably not going to work. There are many reasons for that, but the most basic is just that your inputs are very closely tied to your output. In almost any salaried job, even at one that's paying a lot per hour, like a lawyer or a doctor, you're still putting in the hours, and every hour you get paid. So what that means is when you're sleeping, you're not earning. When you're retired, you're not earning. When you're on vacation, you're not earning. And you can't earn non-linearly.
You're not going to get rich renting out your time, renting out your time, renting out your time. You're not going to get rich renting out your time. You must own equity, a piece of the business. You're not going to get rich renting out your time, renting out your time, renting out your time. You're not going to get rich renting out your time. You must own equity, you gain your financial freedom. Your financial freedom.
If you look at even doctors who get rich.
Okay, all right, we're having some serious streaming issues. Facebook keeps going down, so I'm just going to shut it down. I think there's only 3 people watching now anyway. So thank you all for tuning in. I'll come back and hopefully we'll iron out some of our network issues. Bye-bye.